Hey, good evening, USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And of course, the new listeners and the new watchers on the YouTube universe. Welcome to the show. And you're rocking with the 115th episode of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast review show. The platform to review music artists such as singers, rappers, movies, TV shows. There's even video games to cover, and there's even sometimes a little bit of podcasts and stuff to actually go over too. Um, so yeah, that's basically what this platform is about. In case for those of you that's new and stuff, I'm just explaining what this particular podcast is about. So there you have it right there. We are live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube, alongside with StreamYard along with YouTube and myself is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can be reminded of when each episode is going to be dropping and when I'm going to be on Instagram live on different podcast shows, including this one right here. And and speaking of which, let me just remind people right here. Hang on a second. Yes, if you like to support this show right here or and other particular shows that I do on a weekly basis, you can go to this cash app right here, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ G capital G lowercase MONEY capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you choose to donate that you desire will be appreciated. All right. And you don't need and also if you missed any previous episodes, don't you worry. Another way you can support this show right here is actually giving a 5-star rating. 5-star rating to Podchaser, Podfriend, alongside with Spotify as well. Make sure you share the episodes as well. So there you have it right there. And speaking of support, you can go to the YouTube channel of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, grab that subscribe button for me, and tap the noti bell so you can be reminded along with the alerts so you can be reminded of when the time of the recording of the podcast episodes is going to start. And of course, leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, along with the review topics. And stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Make sure you listen, stream, watch these episodes in case you miss any of them whatsoever. Don't you worry. I got you back on where you can listen to the episodes. And of course, download the episodes, which is also important too. Download the episodes, and of course, be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word to everybody, and I'll handle the rest where you could listen to the episodes on every streaming platform at the end of the episode right here. Okay, now that I got that out the way, let's get into let's get I didn't get a chance to do a little music Kool-Aid last time because I was doing a review for the Toy Story franchise and Lightyear, the spinoff, in the last previous episode. So I'm gonna do a little music Kool-Aid today. And today's music Kool-Aid actually is dedicated to the late great Big Pun, and of course we have another artist um to dedicate to as well. So um let's get into and this segment right here is where we go over the hip hop history of each music artist in hip hop history. So get ready, grab your drinks. What is it? Water, soda, juice, mimosas, whatever you have in your refrigerator, and grab it and take a sip of this music Kool-Aid right here. Here we go. Yes, so today's segment consists of two music artists in hip hop history. Um, today is pertaining to the late great Big Pun, and the next artist will be after. So here we go. First things first, the late great Big Pun. Okay, so and in case you didn't know, I'm using the source website where I get the hip hop history information. So, um, today in hip hop history, the Source magazine remembers the legacy of Big Pun 23 years later. Hold on. On this date in 2000, the hip hop community was shocked and saddened by the untimely death of lyrical giant Christopher Big Pun Rios. As the premier artist for Fat Joe's Terror Squad, Pun became the first Latino hip hop artist to go platinum and, discovered TS First Lady Remy Ma. Pun is regarded as one of the game's best lyricists ever to do it, or as he is aptly described, one of the best dead or alive. His only two full length releases, Capital Punishment and Yeah Baby, are considered classic albums among true hip hop aficionados and continue to get radio play on his smash singles I'm Not a Player and the posthumous It's So Hard. Rest in power to Pun and sincere condolences to the Rios family from the entire Mind Squad. So there it is right there. Our next one is hang on a second. Hang on one second. Our next one is hang on a second. Um, hold on. What the hell? Hold on. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that, folks. I had to turn it down because of the planes. All right. So up next in hip hop history is DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Um, I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably remember this song. Parents just don't understand, which was released 35 years ago. I actually can relate to this because everybody can relate to this shit though, man. It's very, 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 very relatable actually. So oh shit. It is pretty relatable actually. On this date at the beginning of hip hop's golden era, Philly natives DJ Jazzy Jeff and his partner, the Fresh Prince, dropped their landmark single "Parents Just Don't Understand" on Jive Records. With the song's signature tune from the '60s hit sitcom "I Dream of Jeannie," the Fresh Prince, better known today as Emmy Award-winning actor Will Smith, describes his very relatable parental circumstances, from the clothes his mother chose for him. No, excuse me. Um, chose for the first day of school to borrowing the family car and crashing it. The prince humorously gets into what it's like having to listen to your parents and them not listen to you. Commercially, the song was a hit as well, winning a Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance at the 1989 Grammy Awards, being ranked number 96 on VH1's 100 100 Greatest Songs of Hip Hop, and being featured in movies such as The Parent Trap, Malibu's Most Wanted, and Jersey Girl. Salute to these two icons for making this song a piece of hip hop history. Wow, that's pretty dope right here, man. Um, so yeah. Okay, so um all right, let's get to the one movie that I didn't get a chance to review actually. So we're gonna get into the very, very, very next segment right here, which is the Chillax Man Cave Popcorn Lounge. Is where we go over the movies um that already came out and those that's about to come out. So here it is right here, man. Here it is. Before we begin into to before we begin into the movie that's going to be reviewed today, let me give a shout out to the people that came into the Instagram live feed real quick. Let me take a look here. Let me take a look here though, actually. Um this is hold on. Okay, Matthew Lawrence and Dolly Eats. Shout out to y'all. Okay. All right, here we go. So the reason why the episode is called "Got Dumped" is because it's dedicated to a movie that I actually didn't know about until I saw the bus advertisement, which was for the rated R movie Comedy. Um, hang on a second. Sorry about the noisy planes, folks. Anyway, as I was saying before, the reason why I named this episode "Got Dumped" is because of a rated R comedy, um, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Now, I remember seeing bus advertisements in regards to that, and it had like messages on there that I couldn't really couldn't really understand, but you know what I mean. And 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 this movie reminds me of how good guys end up getting dumped for a bad boy. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm using that as an example because for years I hear stories about how people like us end up getting dumped for a bad boy, which to me sometimes don't really make any damn sense. And you know what I'm saying? I hope everybody can relate, man. Um anyway, let's get into the movie, the rated R movie right here. So, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a 2008 American comedy film directed by Nicholas Stoller and starring Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis from Family Guy, and Russell Brand. The film, oh gosh, another plane. Sorry about the noisy plane. Okay, so as I was saying, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a 2008 American comedy film directed by Nicholas Stoller and starring Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis from Family Guy, and Russell Brand. The film, which was written by Segel and co-produced by Judd Apatow, was released by Universal Pictures. Filming began in April 2007 at the Turtle Bay Resort on the North Shore of Oahu Island in Hawaii. The film was released in North American theaters on April 18th, 2008, and in the United Kingdom a week later on April 25th, 2008. Now, the budget for this film is around $30 million, and it did it did well past its budget, which is $105.8 million. That's interesting right there, and that sounds pretty good though. You know what I mean? Okay, so the story revolves around Peter Bretter, who is a music composer for a TV show that happens to feature his girlfriend Sarah Marshall in the lead role. After a 5-year relationship, Sarah abruptly breaks up with Peter. Devastating, no, devastated by this event, he chooses to go on vacation to Hawaii in order to try to move forward with his life. Trouble ensues when he runs into his ex on the island as she is on vacation with her new boyfriend now. Okay, so reception. The rated R movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall received Positive reviews from critics. Review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes reports that 83% of 185 critics have given the film a positive review, with a rating average of 7.00 out of 10. The site's consensus reads, with ample laughs and sharp performances, Forgetting Sarah Marshall finds just the right mix of romantic and raunchy comedy. Metacritic reported the film had an average score of 67 out of 100, based on 37 reviews. Audiences surveyed by CinemaScore gave the film a grade B on scale of A to F. Hold on. Okay. Matt Payas of the Chicago Tribune said it's the kind of movie you could watch all day because, like a new flame, you can't get enough of its company and are just glad to see where it takes you. Richard Roper praised the film for its laugh out loud moments. Oh damn. Yes, laugh out loud moments as well as its wordiness to be an instant classic, and went as far as to say he would put it on his list of 50 favorite comedies of all time. Other positive reviews come from Entertainment Weekly, who gave the film a B plus and applauded Jason Segel's riff on varieties of male bewilderment, and Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle, who wrote Siegel's breakthrough movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall, deserves to ride the wave of the latest hottest micro trend in pictures, the romantic comedy for guys. And now we go to the awards and nominations. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the rated R movie, was nominated for 5 awards at the 2018 Choice Awards, but did not win any of them. That sucks. The nominations were for movie, romantic comedy, movie, actress, comedy, Kristen Bell, movie breakout female, Kristen Bell, movie breakout female, Mila Kunis from Family Guy, and movie breakout male, Jason Segel. On the Comedy Festival presents Funniest Movies of the Year 2008 on TBS. Forgetting Sarah Marshall was voted the funniest film of 2008. That's actually a good thing. And what is it? Now Get Him to the Greek is the spin-off follow up to Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The film was released on June 4th, 2010, reuniting director Nicholas Stoller and producer Judd Apatow, with stars Russell Brand and Jonah Hill. Brand reprises his role of Adolis Snow, while Hill plays an entirely new character. Bell also briefly reprises her role um, as Sarah Marshall, appearing in the promotion for NBC drama Blind Medicine, where she portrays a visually impaired surgeon. Get him to the Greek. Let's go over this one too. Hold on. Okay, the rated R spinoff is Get Him to the Greek, which is from the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which we just reviewed just now, which is also rated R too. So Get Him to the Greek, the rated R movie, is a 2010 American comedy film written and produced and directed by Nicholas Starler and starring Russell Brand and Jonah Hill. Released on June 4th, 2010, the film is a spin-off sequel to the sequel of Starler's 2008 film Forgetting Sarah Marshall, reuniting director Starler with stars Hill and Brand and producer Judd Apatow. Brand reprises his role as character Adolis Snow from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, while Hill plays an entirely new character referred to as Aaron Green instead of Matthew Van Der Wick. The film also stars Elizabeth Moss, Ross Byrne, Diddy, and Com Meaney. Weird, weird, but okay. I don't know why. So, one second. So the budget for this movie is $40 million, and it did well in the box office, $91.7 million. Wow. Okay, so here's the reception here. Um, Get Him to the Greek grossed $61 million in the United States and Canada and $30.7 million overseas, bringing its worldwide total to $91.7 million against a production budget of $40 million. Get Him to the Greek was released alongside Killers and Marmaduke, and in its opening weekend debuted second at the box office behind Shrek Forever After, with $17.6 million. The film fell to fourth the following week with a weekend gross of $10.1 million. In the UK, Get Him to the Greek opened at number one, grossing $1.6 million in its first week before dropping to number two the following week with takings of $1 million. Yeah. Okay, now we go to the critical response. On Rotten Tomatoes, Get Him to the Greek has an approval rating of 73% based on 203 reviews with an average rating of 6.30 out of 10. The site's critical consensus reads, in quote, thanks to a suitably raunchy script and a pair of winning performances from Jonah Hill and Russell Brand, Get Him to the Greek is one of the year's funniest comedies. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 65 out of 100 based on 39 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B on an A plus to F scale. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 3 out of 4 stars, writing in quote, "Under the cover of slapstick, cheap laughs, raunchy humor, grossed out physical comedy, and sheer exploitation, Get Him to the Greek also is fundamentally a sound movie. A scene in which Jonah Hill is forcibly raped has been lambasted by critics as being particularly egregious and horrific, and of furthering rape culture by reinforcing cultural myths surrounding the acceptance of rape." Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Not exactly what I had in mind though, right? Not exactly what I had in mind, unfortunately. Yeah, that right there, I don't really think I would like that.
Oh
Okay. To I don't know, man. Rape culture, that sounds like an epic fail right there. Not only an epic fail, but it sounds like sounds like um sounds like a crash and burn waiting to happen to a person's career. Okay, for me to hear about rape, it just sounds a little creepy and a little bit of little bit disgusting.
Why don't you look me up?
Okay, so let's see. Let's go to the music soundtrack of this. I don't know if there was a music soundtrack to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but all right, so professional ratings, review sources. All Music gave it 4.5 stars. Pitchfork gave it 5.5 out of 10. Kim Garner, the senior vice president of marketing and artist development at Universal Republic Records, said that brand and Universal Pictures felt very strongly about something like this as opposed to a traditional soundtrack, and that they wanted to release it like we would an actual rock band's album. And this includes uh Just Say Yes, Infant Sorrow. Um Everything is Infant Sorrow actually, to be honest with you. So I'm not even gonna go through all this stuff. Um so except for the bonus tracks is like um Infant Snow, no, Infant Sorrow, excuse me, Jackie Q featuring Adolis Snow, Chocolate Daddy. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, Chocolate Daddy. What kind of fucking name is that, man? Oh man. And Jumbo Shrimp. Oh shit. Oh Lord. Um Okay, the following songs were featured in the film, but it wasn't included. So I think y'all could actually look at the soundtrack for yourselves and stuff. Now did I don't know if they had any music. No, they didn't have a music soundtrack, unfortunately. Okay, so let's get into um we're gonna get into let's get into our next segment right here, which is called the video games chamber. And in this segment, we're going to be talking about a new particular product pertaining to PlayStation gamers. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it right here, right now. Okay, let's get into it. So the PSVR 2 specs rumors previously indicated that the headset will include an all LED display that boosts a total resolution of 4,000 and 2040 pixels. That's 20 that's 2000 and 2040 per eye, and just slightly more than the Oculus Quest 2. And for those of you who may not know, this is from techradar.com, the website. And also rumored were a 110-degree field of view and for foveated rendering, and a technique that uses gaze tracking to render only certain parts of the image and sensory features in the headset itself. Sony has since confirmed that the PSVR2 offers 4:2 resolution HDR, a 110-degree field of view, foveated rendering, and frame rates of 90 to 120 HZ. Um PSVR2 also includes inside out tracking, which means it'll track you and your controller through integrated cameras embedded in the headset. Your movements and the direction you look will be reflected in the game without the need for an external camera. The new sensory features of PSVR2 combine eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and the PSVR2 Sense controller to create a deeper feeling of immersion. A single built-in motor in the headset will add an additional um, tactile element, which can replicate the player's pulse during tense, tense moments. Or the rush object, or the rush of objects, passing by a player's head. Eye tracking will be particularly pleasing addition for VR enthusiasts, which lets PSVR2 track the motion of your eyes. Simply look in a specific direction, and the headset will create an additional input for your game character. This results in a more intuitive and natural experience. PSVR 2 also isn't wireless, but only requires one cable between the headset and the console to use. Okay, so PSVR 2 arrives on February 22nd. Mark your calendars for all you gamers out there. And is currently available to pre-order through PlayStation Direct in the US and the US, no, excuse me, the UK, as well as other territories. Big box retailers also carry pre-orders for the console in countries such as Australia. So you've got a lot of choice as to who you shop with before the next before the launch next week. The headsets are expected to ship within the launch week of February the 22nd through the 28th, depending on availability. Okay, so the PSVR 2 costs which is $549. Um and I think $529 in Europe. No, I'm not, yeah. I don't know what that symbol is. Um yeah, Australia is $879. For context, that's more than the PS5 console itself, even after Sony's recent price hike. Damn, the, a price hike? Really? Why do you have to do a price hike? Seriously. Seriously, though. Why a price hike?
Oh
That's terrible, man. Why you have to do a price hike, man? Why are you doing this to these people? I don't understand this. I really don't understand this shit though, man. Like, why are you doing this? This is just crazy to me. Um, that's crazy, man. Okay, let me see. Right now, the PS5 currently retails at $499.99. In Europe, I believe. In Europe, I think it's um $479.99. Australia is $799.95, or $399, um $389.99. Australia $649.95 for the PS5 digital edition. Oh my lord. Oh lord. Really? It doesn't compare favorably with its biggest VR competitor, Meta's Oculus Quest 2, which currently sells for $399.99. In Europe, $399.99. Australia, $630. However, this price tag makes a lot more sense when you consider Sony's using premium tech. For comparison, a premium VR headset currently on the market is the HTC Vive Pro, which retails for $800. In Europe, it's the same price as the US, $800, all around. In Australia, 1,045 dollars. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Damn, the price hikes. Damn, son. That's crazy, man. Man, these price hikes is crazy though. Um, it's also more expensive than the original PSVR at launch, which originally retailed at $499. In Europe, it's $399. About $650 in Australia. These days, you can find that retailing for around $200. In Europe, $259. Australia, $420. But it's worth remembering that the PSVR starter bundle has gone through several price reductions and it's over 6 years old. Wow. Okay. Um, where was I? Where is I? Oh, okay. So the upcoming PSVR2 controllers will be getting a significant performance and design upgrade. We also now know rather Sony's next gen next gen VR peripher- peripheral is called the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller. The pair of Sense controllers cost $49. In Europe, it's $39, and Australia is going to be $30. Wow. Wow. Okay. Um, where oh yeah. These new controllers drop the classic PS Move controller design from the original PSVR. Instead, these favor a more typical approach seen in modern VR controllers like Oculus Quest 2's touch controllers. The PSVR 2 controllers will feature baton like handles with a plastic orb around them. They also have the same adaptive trigger features found in the DualSense wireless controller. This will allow for deferring tensions on any given in game action. They'll also feature haptic feedback and fingers touch detection. Yes, the detection. Letting a game know where your digits are resting without having to press a button. Speaking on PlayStation blog, um, Hideki Hideki Nishino, head of platform planning and management at PlayStation, said these features mean you'll be able to make more natural gestures with your hands during gameplay. So Sony revealed the specs of the PSVR2 at CES 2022. Of course, here's the breakdown of Sony's PSVR2 specs. So here's what's going on with the specs right here. All right, so we have display method, which is OLED, panel resolution 2000 and 2040 per eye, panel refresh rate 90 Hz and 120 Hz. I think it's I'm not sure what hold on, let's take a look at what Hertz stands for. Hold on. Let's take a look at what HZ stands for before I continue this. Okay, so what is HZ stand for? That's the question. Okay. Um Hertz. I was right. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so lens separation adjustable, field of view, approximately 110 degrees. Sensors, motion sensor, 6-axis motion sensing system, 3-axis gyroscope, 3-axis accelerometer, accelerometer. Um, Cameras, of course, 4 cameras for the headset and controller tracking. IR camera for eye tracking per eye. Now, for those of you who may not know what an accelerometer is, let's take a look at what it is. Okay. Okay. What is an ac- accelerometer? What is an accelerometer? Hold on a second. So an accelerometer, for those of you that don't know what it is and that are gamers, to get a better understanding, is an instrument for measuring acceleration, typically that of an automobile, ship, aircraft, or spacecraft, or that involve in the vibration or of a machine, building, or other structure. Yes, an example of an accelerometer. Accelerometers are increasingly being incorporated into personal electronic devices to detect the orientation of the device. For example, a display screen. A free fall sensor is an accelerometer used to detect if a system has been dropped and is falling. Okay, and I think they have that in phones as well. Yeah, they have it in phones. They have it in yeah, they have it in phone. Well, wait, hold on. So basically, it's also used for measure acceleration forces, such forces may be static, like the force of gravity, or they may be dynamic, as in the case of mobile devices, which is cell phones. And yes, so accelerometers are sensing devices that measure a moving object's acceleration and can detect frequency and intensity of human movement. So there you go, right there. There you go, right there. And let's see. Camera, yes. So feedback. No, hold on. Cameras. Okay, 4 cameras for headset and controller tracking. IR camera for eye tracking per eye. Feedback. Vibration on headset. Communication with PS5. USB Type C. Audio input built-in microphone. Output stereo headphone jack. Weight is 600 grams. Wow. Sony has added a vent to the PSVR 2 to make playing in the headset a more comfortable experience. And quote, one of the areas I wanted to focus on first was the idea of creating a vent in the headset to let air out, similar to the vents on the PS5 console that allows airflow. Senior art director Eugene Morisawa wrote in a blog post, end quote, our engineers came up with this idea as a good way to allow ventilation and avoid having the lens fog up while players are immersed in their VR games. The PSVR 2 is also slightly lighter thanks to a slimmer design. Both those features should make it more comfortable to play in VR for longer. Um It isn't long until PSVR 2 releases. These are the confirmed PSVR 2 games so far. When Sony officially revealed PlayStation VR 2's name back in January, we got a brief look at Horizon Call of the Mountain from Gorilla. Gorilla. Oh shit. Gorilla and Fire Sprite, but no other games. Oh man. Since then, we've gotten a much better look at what to expect. Sony has confirmed PSVR 2 has over 20 games at launch, offering a mix of first party and third party games, between sequels like Firewall Ultra to adaptations like Among Us VR. We've had a few confirmations. Meanwhile, June 2022's State of Play conference revealed several new titles, including some big hitters from the third party developers. You can find the full list of what's been confirmed below, and this is after the fall, Alvo, Among Us VR, Black Top Hoops, Cities VR, Enhanced Edition, Cosmonymous High, Crossfire, Crossfire, Sierra Squad, Demio, Do Not Open Will Spook, Firewall Ultra, Firmament, Ghostbusters, Rise of the Ghost Lord, Hello Neighbors, Search and Rescue, Hubris, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Jurassic World Aftermath Collection, Lo-Fi, Mixture, No Man's Sky, Pistol Whip. Oh shit. Pistol Whip. Oh shit. Oh man. Um um Requisition VR. Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil Village, Runner, Samurai Slaughterhouse, Sim Kayak VR Mirage, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition, Tentacular, The Dark Pictures Switchback VR, The Light Brigade, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Chapter 2 Retribution, and and of course Zenith the Last City. Oh boy. Um Backwards compatible. Unfortunately, PSVR 2 will not be backwards compatible with the first gen PSVR titles, as confirmed by Sony's um Hideki Nishino in an episode of the official PlayStation podcast. Wow, you can check that out. You can check out the official PlayStation podcast for yourselves on Spotify or anywhere else where you get your podcast. While you can still download these games to your PS5, you'll only be able to play them with the original PSVR headset. That's a shame for those who were looking to sell their PSVR towards the new device. And we hope a backwards compatibility patch comes further down the line. PSVR 2 games are now available for pre order. Alongside headset pre orders, PSVR 2 games have begun appearing in the coming soon section of the PlayStation Store, too. Interestingly, none of these games are being sold for the $70 price tag we've seen for big releases these last few years. The most expensive one is unsurprisingly Horizon Call of the Mountain at 60 and $60. um with the rest coming in at much lower prices. Sony reportedly producing 2 million PSVR2 headsets for launch. A new report from Bloomberg suggests Sony is planning to produce 2 million PSVR2 headsets by March 2023. Citing people familiar with the matter, mass production reportedly began last month, and it hasn't faced supply chain bottlenecks like the PS5 has. When asked for comment, Bloomberg confirms Sony declined to respond. State of Play reveals 4 new PSVR 2 games. Sony State of Play conference delivered for VR fans, showcasing 4 new PSVR 2 games. Alongside our first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain gameplay, the following confirmed games are Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil Village, No Man's Sky, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution. Basically, oh man, we hope you like zombies. We hope you like zombies. Nah, I'm not so sure if I would like zombies that much, but nah, that's not really gonna happen though, man. Yeah. Um Epic reveal um Unreal Engine 5 projects for PSVR 2. During its the State of Unreal 2022 event, Epic Games revealed that several games are utilizing Unreal Engine 5 for Sony's upcoming headset. While we don't know which games that includes, noted VR developers like End Dreams were spotted among studios supporting this new engine. Is Sony making inroads to social VR? A trademark application submitted in July 2021 suggests Sony might be considering bringing back its PlayStation Home service, an ill-fated social hangout space that was on the PlayStation 3. Part chat room, part chat room, submitted in July 2021 suggests Sony might be considering bringing back its PlayStation Home service. Yeah, yeah, part chat room, part Sims like design app. PlayStation Home was closed in 2015, but the trademark hints at its return. And given the rise of social VR spaces, we wouldn't be surprised if this is going to play a big part in Sony's move in social gaming and virtual reality in the future. And okay, there's a whole we've listed the best PlayStation VR games out today. I actually is that it? Hold on. Hang on a second here. Nah, this is from last year, I think. This is this is this was posted. Yeah, this was posted 4 days ago. Okay. Um, let me see if there's any news on. Oh shit. Um, we should have some games. Okay. Let me see. You know what? I could do this I'm gonna do the Xbox Series games and stuff some other time. Let me see if there's a list of games that we haven't even got a chance to talk about here. Biggest video games released and stuff. So let's see. Yep. Let me see. Um Hold on a minute here. Um, Let me see. Um, okay, let me see if there's any other games that we didn't get a chance to review that's out already. Let me see something. Let me see something here. Um, Hold on a minute. Can't find it. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, Game Informer. Wait a minute here. Supposed to have it. Game Informer. Um, just a second, folks. I remember seeing this. Wait, there it is. Okay. Okay. Any other games that came out recently? Let's see. So, recently, Boyfriend Dungeon. Um, there's Journey to Salvage Planet. I just took a look at this. Souls of Chronos, Tomb Raider Reloaded, um, iOS and Android, Wanted Dead, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and already came out already. Pharaoh, A New Era, Returnal, February 15th already came out already for PC. And let's see, Shadow Warrior 3, um, Wild Hearts came out already recently. The New Settlers, New Allies, PC, Wild Hearts for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. Let's take a look at Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts may seem similar to Monster Hunter and other hunting genre games, but its focus on constructing gadgets in the world steeped in Japanese folklore and feudal era Japan helped it carve its own identity. Like Monster Hunter, you track big game, craft new armor and weapons, and do it all over again. But the otherworldly take on old world Japan, filled with giant mythical beasts, is a profoundly satisfying playground to exist in, thanks to excellent weapon play and a key addition powerful technology. You can build on the fly during hunts. Slaying the game's kimono, Wild Heart's name for monsters like poisonous ravens, boars the size of houses, and other beasts inspired by and pulled from Japan's folklore, quickly hooked me. The variety of weapons from a katana to the bladed wagasa, basically an umbrella you can parry with, to the tried and true hammer, all feel unique and enjoyable. But the Karakuri technology takes center stage. Your hunter gains the ability to construct crates, springs, torches, and campsite equipment early on. Soon you can stack 3 springs on top of each other to create a giant hammer to knock a spine lighter from its unreachable perch. Um, yes, or whack any kimono. Construct enough crates when King Tusk, the massive boar, charges and you send it flying back. Flying enemies aren't quite a fear inducing when you can launch fireworks at them. Um, Karakuri technology adds an enjoyable and frenetic aspect to your offense and defense. Rolling and sliding work in a pinch, but you must learn to move around with a spring to survive, or how to use that spring to rush forward for a slash that will knock a monster over. The gadgets at your disposal aren't just fun to use, but are crucial aspects of the game. Misplacing a component on uneven ground can mean getting gored by a boar. That's super frustrating, but it thankfully doesn't happen too often. However, another aspect is even more irritating and a constant challenge: the camera. Logging onto an enemy works the best, but even then, you might find the camera pointed at your hunter and some scenery as you desperately slash at a kimono that's out of view. Wrestling with the camera shouldn't be this big of an issue in a game that requires such precision. The game shines when you can have a friend or two missions online. You have more time to construct karakuri or go in for a katana combo while you pray while your prey is distracted. With that said, Wild Hearts is a delightful and manageable solo experience. While playing alone, I ran into a wall early with the boar, but changed to a bow, applied some upgrades, crafted new armor, and overcame it. Anytime I ran into a challenging new kimono, new upgrades or weapons usually did the trick. And for better or worse, I could climb atop temples and trees with a bow to rain arrows down on a monster hitting too hard and stay outside of its range. It's cheap, but some areas let you win via this long strategy of attribution and guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare. Utilizing your environment during hunts is essential. Players can find new sites via dragon pits. Dragon pits, oh shit. To construct permanent dragon curry, like fast travel tents, fishing gear, gadgets to find kimono, food storage, and more. Zip lines, gliders, and fans turn travel into a breeze, and they remain for each subsequent hunt so that you can reuse them. These permanent these permanent structures make the ancient bamboo forest feel lived in it and in areas waterfront properties becomes a small fishing industry for your hunter to make money. You slowly begin to hold dominion over the hunting grounds, and your progress feels concrete. One moment. Okay. Okay, the environments themselves are wondrous and evocative. Like the aforementioned bamboo forest, the diversity and creativity in each area can be distracting. More than once, I got lost on my way to a kimono because I just needed to see what was around a corner, up a hill, or in a cave leading into an old temple. Little pieces of lore via scrolls or notes lay scattered around areas, telling brief histories of a wrecked ship or why vines have reclaimed an entire town and temple. These bits of lore were much more engaging than the game's story. There's an overarching story in Wild Hearts, but it's mostly forgettable. You help an archetypal warrior full of tall tales, seeking his next sip of sake and others in the town of Minato, but it failed to grip me. Ancient technology, a mysterious figure, beast devastating the human world. We've seen these tropes before. The gameplay matters most in Wild Hearts. It's fresh, chaotic, and breathless. It does not reinvent the hunting genre, but it does just enough with its addition of the Karakuri gadgets and arresting locals, not to mention the myriad ways of traverse them to give the genre a fresh and welcome perspective. A stronger story would have been welcome, and the camera leaves much to be desired. But Wild Hearts is a deeply engaging experience, even with these faults. All right. All right. So let's see. All right. Let me see something here. Okay. 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 All right, we're gonna wrap up here, right here. So, now we could go. We're gonna go to our next segment, and let me remind you, mark your calendars for the PlayStation VR 2 that I just went over. Mark your calendars, all right. Remember, February 22nd, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be launching between February 22nd to February 28th. So mark your calendars, order up, and and that's it. So let's get to stream choices on the go. All right, let's do it. Yes, and of course, you know what to do, folks. For those that's listening out there, the gamers or anybody else for that matter, you can follow Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, the review show on Instagram, alongside with my sports edition show, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks Podcast. That's what TLKS stands for, Talks. And Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast is also on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, be sure to follow your homie right here, G Money Stacks, on the primary handle on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn on your notifications for more details on when each episode is going to be dropping. Um, and and some and possibly I may put up some questions in regards to any various review topics that I just went over. And for the most important part though, um, most important part, be sure to also go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. You're gonna see a whole list of audio streaming platforms where you can leave a voice message on anchor.fm/Meticulous Vibe Juice Pod. If you have any comments on the review topics on what we went over today, especially the Forgetting Sarah Marshall movie, and the spinoff, and of course, yes, the episode is called "Got Dumped," dedicated to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is crazy. It kind of reminds me of "It's not you, it's not you, it's me" type of excuse. You know what I'm saying? That's what the shit. That's what the rated R movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall kind of reminds me of. A little bit of a little bit of it's not you, it's me, or just she's just not that into you type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Um yeah, all right. Yes. So if you go to the link in bar, you're gonna see a whole list of audio streaming platforms. You're gonna see Anchor, Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM Pocket Cast, Podfriend, and the newly recently latest streaming platform that's on the platform of three of my major podcast shows. It's also on Podhound. We on Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcast, Radio Public, and alongside with iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And you don't need a credit card to you don't need a credit card or a debit card to download iHeartRadio or any of the apps that I just mentioned. You can also follow not only this show right here, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show is also on there. Um, the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast is also on there too. And Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast is also on there too. After I get off the air, I am going to be dropping off on episode 238. And I created a poll question based on what is your favorite Super Bowl commercial, Super Bowl 57 commercial. All right. It's a multiple choice. So I'm gonna post that after I get off of here. And 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 of course, last and finally, but not least, make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show YouTube channel page. Click on the noni bell alongside with enabling the alerts so you can be reminded of when um the show and is going to be on the air along with the time of the live stream podcast episode recordings. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and review topics. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. And if you miss any of the episodes, don't worry. Everything's all uploaded to every streaming platform. And don't forget to download these episodes, listen, stream, watch these episodes. You can share the episodes, especially on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere else. And share the videos. Plus, make sure you tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, share the link along with the audio streaming platforms, including the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, and the people that you're cool with from work, whether you meet them at parties, um, festivities, carnivals, block parties, um, wherever you meet new people. All right. Now, I am going to wrap this up right here. Thank you very much. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregoneer. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 115 titled Got Dumped, which is dedicated to the rated R comedy, which is Forgetting Sarah Marshall, along with the spinoff. All right. And and remember, the grind doesn't stop, hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and you have to earn it. Follow your goals and dreams. Be sure to find and look for something that makes you smile, especially doing what you love and like to do alongside with creativity. No, creatively. What you like to do creatively. Yes, creativity counts too. Creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, alongside with being on your P's and Q's, be consistent in what you do with your craft, alongside with yeah, being on your P's and Q's, and especially be confident in what you love to do that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. So that's it for me. I'm off this shit. Thank you very much. I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. I know I have. I know probably many of you probably watching NASCAR right now, and y'all can't wait for baseball season to happen. Which by the way, February 25th is the spring training game. Saturday is gonna be a double header. It's gonna be a double header. First is going to be on SNY TV, and the other game is going to be on Pix 11. Check your local listings if you're not in the New York area. All right. Peace and one love. Good night, everybody.